One of the big conversations was knowing when you're going into labor, and what that looks like, both just in general, and then right now how we really should be thinking about our birth plans. So the one question that we got on Instagram was, if you lose your mucus plug, does that mean is that a sign that you're going into labor?
No. No, not even a little bit. The sign you're going into labor is if your water breaks. That is an official, no matter what, you need to have the baby. Okay? If your water breaks. So water running.
What is that scale, right? Like, because I think you see things in movies and you're like, it's like, oh my gosh, like it's obvious that your water break, and sometimes it's not so obvious.
Absolutely. So if you feel like you're walking, talking, laughing, whatever, and you constantly feel this like trickling out of the vagina, and you're like, I cannot be peeing on myself because I've already peed, right? And it's like constant all day, that is your water broke. If you went to the bathroom and pulled your pants back up and went to the sink and then coughed and a little bit of more water came out, that was probably still pee. Yeah. But it's when it's consistent, like, and when in doubt, you can put a pad on and be like, if you feel like you're soaking the pad, then your water probably broke. And usually after your water breaks, usually contractions set in. And so that's your second, telltale sign. Because usually you'll get a contraction and then you'll feel a little bit of water come out and you're like, what just happened? And if it's consistent like that, contraction, water, your water broke.
Yeah.
But okay. Otherwise, a fun little mnemonic people use is like 411. So like if your contractions are are coming every 4 minutes, right? Lasting for a minute and lasting for at least an hour, that pattern, then it's probably labor. So 411, every 4 minutes for at least a minute or as long as an hour, that's you're probably going into labor.
So for, as it's relevant to just pregnancy in general, but I think specifically right now to COVID-19 and limiting people in the hospitals, there's always this conversation about you should try and labor as long as you can at home. That 411 is that sign where you should get to the hospital, correct? And as you start to creep into that is where you should be. If your contractions are 10 minutes apart, that's when you're at home.
Yeah, that's when you're at home. You're kind of waiting it out. I always tell people the pain should be like white knuckle holding on for dear life type of pain. Okay. It should feel like you can be in the middle of a conversation and then all of a sudden you're like, I have to stop. I have to breathe. This really hurts. Don't talk to me. I can't talk to anybody type of pain.
Your body is just focused on one thing only.
Exactly. But if you're like, ooh, God, you know what? I think I'm having a contraction. Okay, it's not time.
And are we calling you? Are we calling the hospital, or are we just getting ourselves to the hospital?
Absolutely. You're calling your doctor first, right? Because your doctor can always, be like, okay, it sounds like you might be in labor. Give me some more details. What's going on? I want you to start timing it because most of the time people call in, they're like, it's every 10 minutes. And like, okay, keep timing it, see what you're doing, do these other things, get into a shower and see if like a hot shower makes it calm down. Try and drink something, eat something, go to the bathroom, like little things like that, because sometimes it's just false labor. And if we can do things to make it go away, it's false labor. But if you're doing all these things and it's not going away and it's getting worse, it's probably time to come in, and your doctor will tell you that.